This is a Money Matters lesson called Spending Habits. This game comes with a board, pawns, dice, cards that go along with the game, a credit card that each student will have, and some play money. One student will be the banker, and they will be in charge of the money. The other students will have pawns, and they will move their pawns around the board, trying to get to the finish. And the first one, it's not the first one to get to the finish. All the students, once at finish, will count up how much money they have in cash and how much money they have in credit. So to start the game, the students will roll the dice. They will move that many spaces on the board, and then they will draw a card. This card, the cards go between earning money and spending money. So this one is an earning money, and this player earned $5. So the banker will give that player $5. The other players will go take their turns, and then it comes back to the original player. That player will spin again. Let's say he spun a 6 and moves 6 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has not landed on a space that has any writing on it as yet. So they landed on this orange. They will get another card, and it says that they will buy a toy for $5. So they're going to give that $5 they've earned back to the bank. So all the other players will get their turn, and it comes back to the original player. They spin again, and let's say this time they spun a 3. They're going to move the 3 spaces. In this case, I have to do what's on the space as well as what's on the card. So I already have, I've landed, it says, lend your sister $5. Well, I don't have $5 to lend, so I'm going to take money out of my bank, and I'm going to put money onto my credit card. So I'm going to put $5 onto my credit card. And then I also am going to draw a card, and my card says, I'm buying candy for $2. So I'm also going to put that on my credit card because I don't have $2. So I'll put that on my credit card. And then it's the next player's turn. So they'll take turns going around the board, and they will either collect money or add money onto their credit card. Once they've reached the finish line, all students will get to the finish line. They have to wait until all students get to the finish line. Then they are going to count up how many dollars they have and how much money they have on credit. Credit will then be deducted from the amount of money they have in cash, and whatever remains is what they have on hand. So in this case, this player actually has a negative $7 because they don't have this money. They don't have any cash for this money. So at the end of the game, they have a negative $7. You compare each person's amount to see who has the most amount. Now, if you're going to play a second round of this game, you're going to start at that negative 7 and try to earn enough money to get you out of debt. So we want students to realize that they can get into debt by using their credit card, and it takes a long time to pay that off. It's kind of the lesson we want kids to learn on this. But sometimes it works out in their favor, and they've earned more money, and they can spend that money on what they like. So it's a fun game to do with kids learning about spending habits.